All right, welcome to this week's Motivational Monday. I'm going to start with a bold statement that you simply cannot and will not master time management. I personally don't think there's any way you can do that. I don't even think that exists. Well, I do believe it's more of a work in progress to get better and better, especially after hearing a recent interview I heard, and I encourage you to go listen to this. A friend of ours, Ed Milet, runs a podcast. He's been on our podcast. He interviewed recently Rob from Ridiculousness, and I'm not going to butcher his last name, but Rob from Ridiculousness that you see if you watch that show. And this man is a madman with his time management, with the businesses he runs, with his level of success. And I never knew that about him. So again, I encourage you to watch that interview. But I picked up a few things that then I turned into sort of tips and hacks for you and for our team to use. I've already put this in action. And I'd love to know how you do with these. So I'd encourage you to comment here, but I also encourage you to email me personally. Yes, I check my email and I will answer you, chris@smartrealestatecoach.com. All right, let me give you these 2 or 3 hacks, 3 actually. First one, I suggest you become super aware of Parkinson's law. This law states that work is going to expand to fill the time available for its completion. In other words, we just fill space, right? Now that may sound trite, but it's super true. So I suggest you get super ruthless about setting deadlines for yourself. And I liken this to sort of a chamber, like picture a submarine chamber, create a chamber or even a container, whatever works for you, for your work. And then do not let it expand past the chamber walls or the container, if you will. And this is going to create some urgency. And then, of course, that does create some risk that you won't hit some of those self-imposed deadlines or self-imposed chambers, if you will. So for more on time management, I got a suggestion here, just a little diversion. Go to Amazon.com. Grab Dan Kennedy's No BS Time Management book. All his No BS series books are amazing. They're easy reads. They're fun. But his No BS Time Management, that's a writer down to do twice a year. I'm going to encourage you to do that. Okay, so that's the first hack. Second hack, do what I call with the associates in our community, I call it the diary exercise. I don't know any other way to say it. It's an amazing eye-opener. My coaches have me do it twice a year. And this is what we do. We look at a particular week where we know it's going to be sort of a normal week, and we have you in 15-minute increments. This is not easy. In 15-minute increments, stop and write down what you did for 15 minutes. Now, you can put a timer on your phone, however you got to accomplish this, but you got to be disciplined to be honest and to stop every 15 minutes from when you get up in the morning till you wrap up your day in the afternoon. Now, it's going to do 2 things. It's going to, when you look at it, it's absolutely going to enlighten you to things that, I should maybe eliminate this totally, or I should delegate this, or I should systemize this. So I liken that to the simple acronym EDS. You're going to eliminate, you're going to delegate, or you're going to systematize it. Now, when there's doubt, I promise you're going to go, yeah, but I kind of need to do this. When there's any ever doubt, just do it. Do it meaning either get rid of it or one of the EDS, right? Now, I will tell you that in addition to you looking at it, that's a good exercise in and of itself, show it to your coach. Now you say, well, what if I don't have a coach? Send it to me. I'll give you my private email, chris@smartrealestatecoach.com. You can send it to me. But I encourage you to have a coach that you can actually go over this with who knows you well. But I'm willing to dive into that for you, okay? Very, very cool exercise for you to do. Third exercise or third hack. Sort of the, I don't know if it was Dennis Waitley or whoever I heard it from originally. It's out there on the internet. Sort of the rocks before sand analogy. So it's an old concept of important before urgent as far as how you operate during the day, but it's super effective and super time tested. So here's how it works. Important versus urgent. Do the important things first, i.e. the biggest needle movers. So I know if I get up and I did this, this, and this, whether it's health, working out, business needle movers, doesn't matter. The biggest needle movers in your life. Because the urgent stuff would be things like, responding to emails, setting appointments, stuff that you more are reactive to. It's a different conversation entirely for me to talk about you having an EA, an executive assistant, and how important that is so you can do just the important versus the urgent. But for now, let's put that as a separate topic. If you flip it like most people do, urgent comes first. Get up in the morning, got to do my emails, got to do all this stuff that's reactive mode versus getting the important done first. That's unfortunately the story of most people's life. Now, let's talk about the EA a little bit. I said it's a different topic, but let's talk about it. The return of investment on an executive assistant, and I know immediately when I say this, a lot of people's knee-jerk reaction, because I have students and I did it myself, and they are reacting like this. Yeah, but Chris, I can't afford that yet. I got to go get a deal. and they think of it as an expense. I would like to have you flip your thinking on this before I even talk about the rocks in the sand, and that is, think of an executive assistant as a revenue driver. For example, when I show you how to create real estate deals that create 3 paydays with our trademark system, and you realize and understand how lucrative those are, they range like across the country, 45 grand to 250 grand. That's a big number per deal. When you realize that, and you realize when an executive assistant can come in your life and help you do the important and let them do the urgent and other things that distract you, and you pick up a deal or 2 per year, you just paid for her or his salary 5 or 10 times. So think about that. Now let's get back to the rocks versus the sand. So the rocks versus the sand is the analogy, real simple. Picture a bucket or a glass jar, and you trying to put in the urgent things first. That would be the sand. That would be pouring the sand in first, filling the whole bottom of that jug up, and then trying to put in the pebbles. And by the time you get to the big rocks, they won't even fit. So we got to flip that on its head. We have to go ahead and put the big rocks in first, then the pebbles, and then you can pour the sand over. You could even fit some water after that, right? Because you did the important first, the big rocks first. So those big tasks take time and required focus, and that's why we want to do them first. Now, a lot was said there with those 3 hacks. I'd like to do a call with you. I'd like to rip this apart. I'd like to know what parts of that when I said it made you react, or I don't know if I could do that, or I can't hire the AI. I can't do that first. I got to do my email. Whatever the reaction was, I'd like to talk about it. Just go to smartrealestatecoach.com/action and schedule a free strategy call with us, and or jump on our free Wicked Smart Sit Down every single Thursday at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, where students just like you, for free, come on for 45 or 50 minutes, and we are there for one reason and one reason only: help you remove challenges to move forward in the real estate business. Look forward to seeing you on the next Wicked Smart Sit Down. You can check out that calendar of events at smartrealestatecoach.com/events.